My name is Karen. I'm an experienced clinical psychologist, and in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 painful struggles that I experienced as a beginner HSP therapist. I live in a small town in South Africa on the seaside, not far from where I grew up actually. And I have just entered my career as a beginner clinical psychologist after a long journey to get to this place. I'm idealistic. I want to help people. So I enter the public health system and I deal with many clients from all walks of life, but mostly from highly disadvantaged socioeconomic circumstances. The first thing I struggle with is sensory overload. The noise. I walk into a clinic and there are just so many people and there are babies screaming and it's a cacophony. There are also so many smells. I can smell cigarettes, I can smell perfume, cologne, sweat, you name it. It is physically overwhelming for me on a sensory level. I feel like I can hardly breathe. The second thing I struggle with is the physical expression of empathy. I cry. When people tell me something sad about themselves and I feel the waves of pain coming off them, I start to cry. I also cry when I feel particularly proud of my patient or connected to them, or when I'm filled with love for that person. My eyes fill with tears, and I am a beginner therapist. I don't know what to do about it. I feel embarrassed. I try to open my eyes wide so the tears don't fall. I pretend to blow my nose as a way of giving myself a few seconds to gain my composure. Over time, I realized that there's literally no point in trying to hide my tears. And I learned how to address my tears in therapy. But this is something that I really struggle with as a beginner therapist who thinks that I'm supposed to be this professional who holds it together on behalf of the client. My third struggle is holding good boundaries. It is very hard to hold good boundaries in the public system at the best of times, but I struggle to end sessions on time. I can't bear to cut people off when they're in the middle of a story. I want to reach into my wallet and give people money when it is clear that they don't even have money to buy food to eat. I want to help people by giving them lifts and taking them places and giving them my phone number. And it's a battle. I have to fight against that desire. I have to learn how to hold good boundaries, and it is a struggle. It is a hard lesson to learn that the boundaries are there to protect not only you, but also your patient. My fourth struggle was with self-doubt and imposter syndrome. I have to make all these big decisions. I have to make recommendations that affect people's lives. I have to make choices and have difficult conversations with patients about their treatment, with doctors, with psychiatrists, with other health professionals. And I question myself, I doubt myself. I want to triple check everything, but there's no time to do that. I have to forge ahead as best I can, and it is hard. I question my ability to help people. You know, therapy is a process that is full of ups and downs. There are times when it's going great, and there are times when both therapist and client feel really stuck. It is not unusual for a patient to feel worse before they feel better. And this really makes me, as a beginner therapist, seriously question my ability to help people in any way at all. The fifth and final struggle that I faced as a beginner HSP therapist was burnout. Any HSP is easily overwhelmed and overstimulated, and I, as a therapist, am overstimulated and overwhelmed every single day in my job, and this is a normal part of being a therapist. Confronting really difficult conversations and difficult, painful situations is what a therapist does. And I'm idealistic. I want to help people. I want to feel like I've made a difference. And sometimes I really don't. I want to help as many people as possible, and I take on far more than I can handle. And after quite a few years of doing this, I burn out. I burn out badly. So badly that I almost leave therapy forever. In my next video, I'm going to talk about ways that a beginner, highly sensitive therapist can protect themselves against burnout.